Hello and welcome to another episode of Minimize Regret. In this episode, I want to talk a little bit about overstimulation. Now, I got this video idea from Hamza. Now, having said that, I didn't watch the video, so this may come at it from a completely different angle. I'm really not sure what topics he covered. And quite honestly, this is the biggest regret of my life, but I think it will also be the biggest regret of so many people's lives who are growing up now, people in their teens and their 20s, maybe even 30s like myself. And that's just the constant stimulation that we're subject to from phones, TVs, computer screens, notifications. And I think we've created a generation of people who, by indulging in this easy hit, it's kind of like a drug, and it takes away from the true satisfaction in life, which I believe is achievement via hard work. And so you're going to have a lot of people, myself included, not to say that I've never worked hard in my life, that's certainly not true, like especially at lifting, like I've put my heart and soul into that. However, I do think of all the things that I could have possibly accomplished if I hadn't spent time engaging in these various activities. Honestly, the biggest one for me has been video games. I've just spent so much time playing video games. It really makes me wonder what I could have done in my career. Could I have been more successful? Could I have impacted more people? Could I have made a better positive impact? Could I be more financially well off if I hadn't been playing video games? I think the answer has to be yes. 2, relationships. How many more real world relationships could I have if I hadn't played video games? Maybe I would even have a family now, which is honestly a big goal of mine, and I'm kind of feel like I'm having to play catch up because of all that time that I've spent that I regret. But the sad thing is, with this drug, like as you become more and more stimulated, it's an addictive cycle where you stop getting as much pleasure, but you need to consume more and more to get the same high. You need the more extreme thing, and I think that's an example that you may probably see with a lot of men in porn. Like at first they start out just looking at pictures, but then it gets more and more extreme because they need more and more stimulation to hit the same high. And it's probably the same with video games, and video games probably get more extreme, more violent, or more intense. And I really feel like this is a slippery slope. One, because I think it makes hard work just simply less pleasurable, or at least even if you do find pleasure in it, you find it a lot harder to focus because these other things are so much easier to access. But 2, I feel like it just means that you don't appreciate everyday life because you're not paying attention. And it really stops people from being good people because they're always distracted. They're never thinking about what's actually happening in the moment around them. They're focused on some screen or some notification or thinking about what they're missing out on. And so I do feel like a big part of the healing and actually being able to work on hard things is taking the time to really detox from these hyper stimulating activities. And so that's something that I'm trying to start now as I'm starting a new job, because I really do want to give a good effort. And as I've read in the book So Good You Can't Ignore You, like jobs are really set up to be pleasant experiences. Like you get rewarded for working hard in general, like you get feedback which is necessary to improve. And so like jobs, at least a good job, is structured in such a way that if you use your creativity, you work harder, you will at least see some sort of reward, and you'll also get feedback to improve, and that whole process can be very rewarding. And so it's no wonder that a lot of people do kind of get caught up in their jobs. But that was just a little tangent. So this is a call to start doing hard things and start appreciating the simple things in life, like a clear mind and a healthy body. I'll talk to you guys next time. Peace.